Hello and welcome. If you want to play this same game that I am doing, you will need small basic, and the code to import it is RLH0, not the O65. And it's this one in here, Litecoin and Vericoin. And to say that it moves wild would be an understatement. So let's run the program. Use Notepad for this. And what we're going to do is I'm going to just do the buy low, sell high. But I'm going to use the idea like you think Litecoin is worth much more. It's something you want to hold and something you want to gain, but you think it's going to outperform what it's up against. And in this case, you're going to be right, but we'll see how it plays out given that. Now, days number 1400 to 1430 amongst this time frame is basically December into January of 2017, 18. That's where the main profit taking highs. And day 1412 was the best one. So I want to take a look at that. That's when Vericoin was worth 59,000 Satoshi. Litecoin, 0.1962. I have resized everything. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use Notepad to use this as buybacks. But I'm going to start this off by assuming you're like, you know what, I don't even need those 10 or 50 Vericoins. So I'm just going to start off with about the 20 or so Litecoin that you normally start off with. And I'm trying to set this up the best that I can. See if that one works better. Okay, so now we're going to go to the new price. And 5 was the last time out. Now I can't buy anymore because I just sold it. So I'll just put 0.1. And you're like, there's no way I'm selling this below 10. So I'm just going to go for 10, and there we have it. Day number 8, it goes to 1128. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put the price here. That's what it was sold at. And how many, well, make the trade here. So we own 19.9, and it's a really low number. You want to short sell at this point, even though the price has doubled. 10% for now, maybe even less than that just to get started. But you're like, you know what, I got to think that I got to save some to sell later. So this is on my Litecoin that I'm going to be using. And then here we are, next day, 566 the ratio goes down to. So we might as well buy it back. So we had 19.6. We can now be able to give ourselves some funds just in case. So we can maybe buy back 1.9 of it and still leave ourselves with 8 Vericoin. I guess if it went up 7 or 33%, I wish it would have went more, but that's fine. So this way I can put a little price in. If it goes, say, to 3.6, I can buy and still sell over 10, which it goes over 10. So we'll do the same thing we did before, maybe sell 1.7. We can go up to 1.85 this time. Put the price in at, and this was already bought and back, so I'm going to delete them, remove them when they are bought and back. So 1.85 will suffice me to get 18 and a half-ish. Of course, the calculations will be done on the black screen on the small basic side, and this is right hand is just reference so I can see in time. Okay, so we'll do a buyback if it happens, maybe at around 7. Let's just sell above 14, and it goes to 15.23. So now I can start selling a little bit more, a little more than 10%, but not much more because I want to save some for larger plays. So within it, we're going to sell 2 for 30.2. And off we go to the next one, down 28%. Do I want to wait? No, I want to buy it now. It's at that 10 number. It's a good decline. And I can be like, okay, I'm going to put in like 26. So I'm going to keep 4.2, but I want to focus on how much Litecoin I gain here. At 2.37, I'm gaining 0.37, and that's going to be nothing compared to where we're going to end up being. But it's profit, however you look at it. Market note goes up next to 1709, which is another spot to sell. Maybe up the ante a little bit, up to 2. And we'll put the information in here. We're on day 33, entering into the second month. And a few days later, it goes up to 23.75, so it's another trade. So now we have 3 buybacks getting ready to go. And let's sell some more. Let's sell 2.1. Just because I've been short selling, and I even still think 2.1 at a 60.5 is a short sell with a move of this magnitude. But your intention is like, yeah, this is going to go way up, and I can sell a lot more when that happens. And there's 31% down, so that buyback I can just take now. Maybe go like 42, which I'm going to gain a little bit of the other coin, which is just I need something to increase my Litecoin. You're like, I don't care about VTC. I just think it's going to move. It's going to be good, and it can get me past this 20 Litecoin number I started with. But here it's a gain of 0.47 almost, and we'll take it. I can buy that one back now. The 1709 is at 1286. So I'm just going to press my luck, see what happens at 1025, and maybe sell at 23, and I can complete that. With 34 being how many it was, let's go 26, gaining 0.87, gaining 8 of the other ones. And 869, that's too high for a $10 or 10 unit buyback. So let's go like 6.8 and maybe sell again at like 13.4. That's fine. So we'll sell 1364, owning almost 20 of them. So we'll go like 2. And that would get us 27. On day 58, the price declines down to 958, so we can do another buyback, maybe do 22 again, gain 0.28 of the Litecoin. And then we move it here. So we're doing the $10 buyback, which would be, we'll say 7.25, or sell it like 13.25, and it sells. So we own 20.2. Let's keep the number at 2. We're on day 66, so into the 3rd month now. On day number 91, the market goes down to 10.31. So it's a okay gain. We'll sell that VTC again, sell maybe 25, and this time gain like 0.4 of the LTC. And try to get that 10 back at 7, sell again around 13, and maybe we'll go 2.1 this time. And we still want to save those higher amounts, and they don't get too much higher, but higher amounts for VT. So you're going to see 29 is nothing on that side. The price goes up to 18, so it's another sale. And for now, I'm going to keep it low, the 2.1, and then soon, if it starts to get some good gains, consider some profit taking of higher levels. But for now, keep it at these lower numbers and move on. And when you get 18 and 14, I like to buy below that 14 number. That's just the way I am. I don't know why. But we'll get the 29. This is a big number here, so let's just make a larger sale. And what we'll do is we'll go, say, I'm going to go 5. No, we'll go 4. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 numbers in here. I'm going to go 2 for, well, that would be 57.5. And this way I can use 2 orders to buy them back is really what I'm doing here. And I'll take one of them back right now. We'll go 50, gain 0.74 on the LTC. Now, do I want to gain this? I kind of like to maybe attempt to get greedy here, so let's try to get a bit better than the 17, maybe like 15, and then sell again at maybe 26.5, and we get the sale. So we did the 2 last time. We might as well do the 2 again. I'm going to put it in here just for because it's below the 29 number. So 2 for 54.3. So I got 2 in that area, but that's fine though, because we'd be looking to be buying them back at the proper price. So 29, what's the proper price? I'd have to say maybe to start off 22 would be fine, and then maybe start selling again at 36, which is what we'll do, owning 13 of them. I can maybe go 1.65, and that's still going to net me an okay amount, but because I had an aggressive sell under 29, I want to go aggressive next, a little higher if it gets there. And I know the answer to if it does or not, but it's definitely a wild ride in this movement. So let's go again, day 155 now. We were at 36. I'm looking to buy that one back below the 29 number, maybe about 27, even 28. And look to sell again at 46, which will be the case. Maybe go 1.45 this time. And start to look to go more aggressive on future sell orders as it's now breaking past the 50 number, getting really high. Okay, so after 46, maybe look to buy back at like 32 and sell next at 62, and it does. So I'm going to do the same type of aggressive order this time, but it's going to be two total, but one of them's going to be like 1 for like 70 basically, because it's just that sometimes I like to make aggressive moves, and then if it pays off, it can work out really, really well. Now, if a market just keeps going up and never goes back, you're going to lose. But I do give you a spoiler, it's going to go back in time, and a few times back and forth over again as it is. So after the 70 sale, let's look to buy that back at maybe 53. Sell some more at like 91, and we'll get one of the buybacks. So we'll do, like, say, 53 should give us pretty much a break even on the LITECOIN. This one we're just going to build up 17 more coins to buy them back if it even goes much, much lower later on. It's down 28%, so I can fill in the other order. This time I'm going to do about 45, and I'll gain 0.18, and I'll gain about 25 of the other ones. So that one is taking place. So the play next is the buyback on the 46, which I'll attempt to do around 30. And look to put more sales in at, say, 55, which is what we'll do, owning 10.2. I can go 1.25. So we'll put 55.93, 1.25 for 69. Confirm the order. And look to buy that back at, say, 42. Sell next above 72, we'll say. And there's the one buyback, so we'll buy back, say, 58 of them, gaining 0.13 change of LITECOIN. And look to buy that 46 back at, say, 32 and change, or put another sell in at, say, 58. And it's at 78. That's a nice one. So let's make a nice little sale here. Let's go 1.6, just one of them. 1.6 for 124. And this goes down 29%, but I want to buy it? Yeah, not really. I mean, maybe it might be a bad play. Let's just see what happens one day. It down, okay, a bit better. I kind of want to get around like the low to mid 40s, so nope, 52. Just go through days, and then I'm like, whatever. 217 is the day, so like 41 is the low, and maybe 99 is the high. Well, that was a lot of days to day 2 or 311, and it goes up to 103. So then let's do another one of those aggressive sales. Let's sell 2 of them. And we'll go 1 for 102 each. And in rounding, I'll just go 103 as if it matters on this notepad sheet anyway, but just for whatever. Okay, so now we're at the 103. We don't want to buy that back at maybe 75 and sell at 130. And we get a sell, wanting 6.7. Let's sell one of them. Day 315, so we're getting close to the end of the first year. Let's buy it back around the 100 number. Look to sell again at 180, and we do. I'm going to go 1.5, but do 2 7.5s on this one. So 0.75 for, say, 148. Okay. Let's go on. Okay, after 198, let's do 125 and say 275, 89. Definitely these two are gonna go. Do I take anything on this one out yet? Probably yes. So I got 300, 430 or so. Let's sell 350. We had 2.5. We would gain 1.3. So let's do that. And we got 3 orders that have been bought and back. And look to buy back that 103 at say 76. And sell next at 120. And it's a sell. We only 8.1. So let's keep the one number in here. It's a little over 10% of what we own at that time. And we'll go 100 number I like and sell at say 185, and it goes to that upper part. So let's keep the one number going. It's come out by 15%, and you can't keep going one until like you're gonna run out after like 7 times. But a lot of buybacks now. I mean, even those ones, we got a whole bunch of them. I mean, we'll probably never get that 10 unit buyback. Okay, so 191 being the last. Let's go like 145 and do it again at 238. And the 135 comes in, so let's do 160, gain 0.17. And now the market's up to 157, but we're looking for that 132 buyback. We'll do that around a little under 100. And sell maybe at 180, which is what will happen. So 184.67. We'll sell one for 183. And buy that back at say 130. Look to sell again at 240, which is going to be a buyback. So the 183, let's go about 150, gain about the 6.16. And now it's the 132 buyback or a new sale. Let's do it like 95 and sell it like say 175. It's 62. I gotta say you do all of these here, all three of these. It's 62. I'll pass on the 78. So that's 337. 300 would get us back 4.77. That's a gain of 1.77. So that's done. Nice little move there. Market goes up 17% on the next period. And now it's only 4, 5, 6, 7. Only 8 buybacks left. Although they'll go up and down in time. So after the 62, let's look to buy back that 78 at say 48. Sell next at say 85, which is 43. We'll buy that back and do 100 and get back 2.29 on that transaction. And now it's buying the 46 back or a new sale. Let's say 34. And look to sell at say 62. And it's at 21. Definitely these two I'm going to take out, and even this one here I think as well. But now I'm going to be probably buying or selling more than what the sum here is. Now 57.5 plus, well, 65 or 59. No, yeah, 59. That is 116, about 180 or something. So I'm just going to do 190. And I get 8.77. So these ones are all taken care of. So now the 27.38 buyback. Only 4 left now. So let's try to get that 27 back, and we'll do so at say 16. And I mean, this thing went way down, so I can wait for a good pop, even 50, which it doesn't do. 13. I'm going to take the 2 and buy them back. That's almost 100. So let's do 110 and get 8.27. So now I'm all the ones that I saved before. When say I sold like 200 and I'm gonna, or if I bought 200 and I'm selling 150, then the 50 is this. These are where you'd be using it. Still got 325 to use upon that situation. We'll do a buyback at say the 10 number and sell it say 25 even. And you know what? I might as well just complete everything and just do a buy. So at the 325, how much do I want to use? Maybe 100. Get 10 LITECOIN. I mean, who knows how much it'll dip. Let's go 7 and 24. It goes to 6. So you see, I want to sell at a much, much higher price because of the big decline. But now, if it keeps going down, let's just keep buying. This time I'll buy another 13 Litecoin. And it goes down 35% here. I mean, you could just sell all and just press your luck, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to gain 12 more here. And I see it goes up to 595, but I don't want to sell there, though. I mean, I could try to sell there and buy it back, and that's all fine and dandy, but it's got to be, to me, like a good game. Like 13 is a good game from 4. And there we go. So now we're pretty much starting. 6.8. So what's a small amount? Like 10%. I want to start it really tiny. And that's 5, because that's well under 10%. But it's 13, though. And let's do 5 for 64.5 and move on. So we'll buy that back at, say, 8.5. Look to sell at 19, and it goes to 21. So now we'll go like 8, which to me is still a short sale, like 8 of 63. That's like barely over 10%. But it's only 21.29. And of course, if it goes back down and you took a higher number, you get a better buyback. But it's up 18%. I could just like speculate in, but I want to do this relatively quick as well. So let's go for a buyback at, say, 14. Let's just sell it, say, 32. And it goes there. So the 55, maybe we'll go keep it at 8. Although I probably should have done more. Such a big gain from 21. But 8 to 280. And look to buy that back at, say, 23. Look to sell some more at 50. So let's go 10. And let's go into 50.74. 10 at 504. Try to buy that back at 30. Maybe go for some more at 74. There we have it, another bit. And only 3.7. I got to really start selling, like reducing these amounts. But we'll go 6.5 here, which is still close to that 500 number from before. But in order to keep it so you don't sell out, you got no choice but to sell lower amounts each time markets go up. Try to buy that back at around 50, sell over 100, and it's a buyback on that. So let's buy back, say, 400. We would gain like, well, 97 of the VTC, but we would also, more importantly, gain like over 2.5 of the Litecoin on that transaction. So we'll now try to buy that 50 back or a new sell. I'm going to look to buy it back at, say, 30.25 and put a new sell in at, say, 73, which is what it would be. A new sell. Let's go 8. And we'll do that for 621. And we'll look to buy that back at, say, 46. Look to go over, say, 105. And it doesn't go over it. I could buy the 50 back as well, but I'm not going to. Instead, I'm going to buy 500 here, which is a gain of 121. Now, like 13.9. That's like almost 6 gain on that play. Now with the 7.54, I'm probably now going to take this one off the table too. So with that one, let's do 400 of the 504. Gain of 2 Litecoin. So we have this. So now it's the buyback of the 35. Only down to 917 LTC or VTC. So let's try to buy that back at, say, 22 and sell next at, say, 48. It's 50. So we own 58 now. So let's go 7, which to me I think is very small. But even starting on the next one, when you're like, you can start to see some big numbers coming in, like, or when they get like back over the 100 number and stuff like that. Okay, let's buy it back at 35, sell at 72, and so in this case here, 7 again, and then probably go very aggressive if it gets towards that 100 number, and 523. That 50 number seems like a good buyback. Let's go 102, and now we'll do like another aggressive play. So like 10, and I'm going to split it up in 2 halves again. And by spelling smaller, that's what I can allow myself to do here. That's like 527 on each, if you divide that by half. I mean, this thing could end up going to 1,000, and you could just lose all your Litecoin doing this too. But That doesn't happen in this game. Endeavor goes to 1,000. But with that being said, let's buy that back at 73. Let's just sell again at 140, which it happens, and we can probably go 5 again, and that would be for 730. But we've seen before at one point, I mean, they could just get them all back so fast when these go up and down fast. So we'll look to buy that back at, say, 108, sell it, like, get it 190, at which it goes there. So I'm going to do the same thing again, where I'm going to do 2 orders, sell 8 this time. So we'll do 4 for 7, well, we'll do 70, that's close enough. Look to buy that back at, say, 125, because it's such a big rise. I can get better values, and these pullbacks like this happen more often. Let's go 280 for the high, and we get a pullback to the 121. I'm just going to do one of them back. 650 should get me 5.3, so that's a gain. Look to buy the other one back at, say, 95, and sell again at even 200 if it goes there. Nope. I'm going to do 2 buybacks here, the 194 and the 147. So there's 1,500 of them. So let's do 1,250 and keep 250. We did sell 9. Now we'd be getting 15, so that's a gain of over 6. And it's down 53% the next day. Maybe waiting would have been better, but no, because if you knew, then you'd be a billion trillionaire in no time. But we're just playing like how the situation comes. The next day it's down to 37.88. Well, I can fill all 3 of these here, and that's about 1,500, a little more. I can go like 1,200, and even like 1,000. Gain like 500, and 17 LITECOIN was sold, 26 coming back. And I guess I wish I would have bought or sold more, but 50% the next day. I mean, might as well sell that. We got 67 now, so let's just do another 7. So we basically got increases coming in because of these wild moves. Day 717, which means you're finishing your 2nd year at this stage. You started with 20 LITECOIN and you got 68, plus you got VTC. It's a pretty good deal. Okay, so it goes up again, so might as well sell some more. Let's do 8 this time, because we are closer to 100, and it's definitely not low, but we've seen these markets have big gains in this example already. Okay, I'd look to buy that back, say around 50, go over 100, which it's a buyback. So let's go 500 of the 613 and make a small LITECOIN gain. Look to buy that 56 or a new sell. We'll do that, say, at 39. And then look to sell at 62, which is what we will do. When you own 63, a little over 10% of that is 8. And I don't want to go really aggressive unless this thing is at higher prices, like over 100. Okay, so the buyback will be 45. We'll sell it, say, 83, which is what will happen. We'll do about 7.5 this time. Okay, after the 88, we'll buy that back at, say, 60, and then look to go at, say, 108. So that's the buyback. Let's go 550, which would be a gain of like 1 3/4 of a LTC. So this one is taken off the board. 66 buyback. Let's go 47, and try to fill a new order in at, say, 76. And it's a buyback on the 44. So let's go 500 for this one. Get a better profit, only bang 26 because we've done a lot of banking of the VTC with the most recent buybacks. Because if this goes really low, that's where you want to use those like arsenals weapons to get amazing deals. Okay, so the buyback at 56, we'll do at 37, and look to sell a new one at 61, which is what's going to be the case, and 7 works out well. So 61.96. and 7 for 430. So we go in, we're day 3, so well into the third year now. And after the 60, we'll buy that back at say 46. Look to sell again at 85. Sell 8 this time because it's worth more. And then over 100, start to sell maybe a little more aggressive. Although you can only sell so much when you own what will be 53 after this. So we'll buy that back at say 62. Look to sell at 111, and let's go 12. So that's your aggressive sell. 2 sixes. So we'll go 6 for like 692. I guess is close enough. Which brings us down to 41. So we'll buy that back at say 82. Look to sell at 155. It goes higher, so maybe 6 again. And 6 is now yielding almost 1,000 of these things. That's 5 yielded 64 here. And the next move, let's go 105 and say 215. So we got a buyback. I could do like 3 of them. I'm going to do 2. So of that, that's like 1,600 and change. Let's go 1,200, which would get us just 1.4 profit. But banking, of course, more for if it goes much lower. Let's try to get the 116 buyback at say 78, and look to sell at 128. Okay, so we'll get the buyback of 655, and this time we're getting 2.64 on the LITECOIN. Try to get the and by the way, we're getting close to that day number, I think. No, we're still away. It's 1,400. Okay, so then let's move into the next trade. Let's go 51 on the buy. Actually, you can go higher than that, 56. And sell it if it goes over 100, which it does. We'll go 7. And 7 gets us 706. To buy that back at say 80. Even lower than that, 77. And sell at 133, which is what the case will be. Let's go 6.5 this time. And work on the next one, which would be, we'll see, I'll do 100 buy and 180 sell. And now it's a sell, so do the same thing as I've been doing before. I'm going to sell 12, but 2 orders of 6 in here. So 6 for, well, let's do some divide 2 math. That's 1,084 or so. I mean, 5 of them did 64 here, I'm just saying. So trying to sell them at the bigger prices like that, and well, let's do 115 to buy because it's been up so much, and sell at 255. I can decide, do I only want one of the buybacks now? Let's do like 800, which gains 1 LITECOIN. I'll try to get a better price than the other one. And that better price, I'm going to start at 91. And then look to sell at, say, I'll do another one at 182 if it goes there. It doesn't. And I'm going to do 2 buybacks, the 133 and the 182. So let's do like 1,500 of them. We had 12.5 going out. We have 17.3 going in. That's almost 4 and change of a profit. And we'll remove these because they're not in need anymore. So let's continue on. So after the 100 buy, maybe go for like 77. And then restart selling at 122. So the 706 buy, we'll go 700 and get a good return on this one because we've already done a lot of short or like bringing back the VTC for these big pullbacks, but we're still only pulling back at 76. Okay, so we're going to look to get that 86 back at say 63, even 60 even ish, and then start selling at 111. Okay, we'll get a buy back here. 650 brings us 11 and change. Okay, we only got 6 buybacks left now. Buy that 61 back at say 53. Actually, yeah, that's fine. 53. I should be doing lower than. I should look. That's too low, or high rather. But for now, I'm just going to put a high number. Might even go there. Let's say 85. It does. So of the 76, let's go 9 of them. Stakes should be going higher in time when you get these buybacks like this. So 9 gets us 859. Try to buy that back at say 65 and sell at 140. And there's a big sale. I'm thinking like 15 to 20. Let's go 16, which will be 2 8s. So 8, 4, 13, 25. Try to buy it originally back at say 111, sell at 211, and at 68. I could do all three. I'm going to hold a 96 one. I'm just going to see what 22, 22. I had 16 going out, and that's a double on the Litecoin gain, and I'd be even saving on that. So, I mean, these are the type of volatile moves I want to get. And it's down even here, 17%, so I might as well complete the 96 one. What would 800 do? That would give me a gain of like 5 LTC, not 98 of them, almost 100. That is fantastic. Market goes up 46%. Might as well sell some of them. Let's do like a low amount, 9, because that's under 10%. And maybe you could have done more because it's not like 82 is a small number, but either way, that's what the trade will be. It goes up some more, but I want a better gain than that, so let's look for, say, 120, which we get, and maybe go 12 this time because that's well more than 10% of 89. So we'll do 12 for 1621. It's up again, 14%, but let's do the buyback at 90, sell at 188. Goes to 83, so let's see what 1400 gets us back. That would be a gain of 4.6 Litecoin. Okay, we're going to go next to, well, we're at 83.70 last buy, trying to get that 82. So let's go 60 and sell it, say, 119. And we'll sell 11 there. And I'm gonna go to I'm gonna go until like day 1400 and change. I see it's 37 minutes right now, but we'll keep on going until then. 80 is the low to buy back, and let's keep selling and sell big if it goes there to 189, which it doesn't. So the 66, let's buy back 1200 of that. Done. Continue on further. Let's just a couple hundred days to go until that key point. Let's do the buyback at say 52 and let's just sell at 99. I'm going to do 2 buybacks, the 61 and the 82. That's for 1100 change, so let's just do 1100 and get back 22. And then it goes up 17% the next, but let's let the buyback that 56 at say 38 and put a new sell order in at say 70. And 26.8, I can fill in like these if I wanted to, all 3 of them. That's like 3, 7, like 1,000 or so. But I saved a whole bunch. I got 5,000. So why don't I just go like this and go like 1,500? And then these 3 are taken care of. And now when you're talking about 179, selling small next would be like 15. So these are totally useless buybacks now. So we'll just heck, we'll just delete them. Period. They're not needed. Okay, let's look to get some more buys if it goes down to, say, 20 even, and start selling at, say, 45. It goes to 53, so we'll just sell, like, light, like 15, when you own, like, 179. So 15 for 800. Okay, try to buy that back at say 36. Let's just sell at 79. It does. So let's go 18 now. Still, it's a light number because that's barely over 10%. I mean, I could easily be going like 30 or 40 if I wanted to. And I know it's 14.72 now, but again, I don't care. 50 for the buyback, 122 on the sale. Oh, that's a big sale. Let's go 30. I'm just going to write it once. Go for one big buyback if it comes. But that's 134.57. 30 for 4,007. Okay, just about 150 days away or so. Let's buy that back at 88. Try to go again at 199. Okay, there's that buyback. So let's go 3,200. Gain 8.7. And next up, let's get that 82 buyback. Let's try to do so at 49. Or go like 119 sale. There's the buyback. So let's go 1,300. And gain like almost 10. Oh, excuse me. Almost 12 of those coins. Gain over 11 of the LITECOIN, that is. Okay, try to get that 53 buyback at say 36. Or go for 79 up, which is the case. And we'll go small at 17. So 17 for 14.72. Okay, go down to say 59. And let's do 125. Goes to 54, so let's buy back, say 1350. Get back 25. And even that, 33% down, we can do the next one. Let's just do like, not 2,000, but like 1,600. Just get what we can here. Do I want to sell at 43? Not really. So let's look to get a better buy at say 25 and say 59 to sell. 20, that's a good number. So let's do like say 1,500, not 1,400. And it goes down again like 18%. So I could just like pick away, maybe go 900. Wait for like 10 or like 50 to sell. And there's the 50. So I got 355, but 14.55 is a day. So I've already passed where I wanted to. But then that sucks. But within this, even if LITECOIN was say 16 or 15, you have 355 of them. That would be 5.5 Bitcoin. And with a ratio of 50 to 1, you would have 30. Looks like not much. No, 500 is 10. 5,000 is 100, so or 300 worth. So you'd have almost like 10 Bitcoin worth at this time. Starting with not much at all when we had 20 LITECOIN. And you've turned that into like a, not counting the Bitcoin prices and all that, like a 30x gain over many years. But that's just how this game works. Thank you for tuning in and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.